guys, as promised, this is Justin from Books, Bricks, and Boards, getting ready to do my first video playthrough of Forbidden Fortress. That is a version of Shadows of Brimstone. Going to be following these characters for at least a few videos. We'll see what happens. Of course, they could die before then. That's one of the joys of Shadows of Brimstone. You never know if you're going to get that next session with that character or not. So I thought I would introduce you to my characters before we get started. On the left, I have Ninkyo, who is an enforcer. I got an ornate comb for Ninkyo's personal item, and I chose failure is no option for his upgrade. For those of you unfamiliar with the enforcer, failure is no option gives Ninkyo a grit recovery every turn, but whenever you have failed a cumulative total of 5 missions, you lose 1 combat and gain 1 grit because you cut digits off of your fingers every time that you fail a mission for honor purposes. And then when you fail 10 missions, you actually lose a full hand as well. So Ninkyo hopefully is not going to lose any fingers today. On the right, I have Aishi. Aishi is a traveling monk, and I chose Fists of Fury for their upgrade. And Aishi got a lotus flower for his personal item. The lotus flower is pretty good. It allows him to fully heal once per adventure. So, all right. We're going to go ahead and get the board set up, and we'll get started. And we're going to start with the basic adventure number 1. That's Hunt for Darkstone. And we are going to go for a medium stockpile since I've played before, but it's been a while. So I need to find 3 clues, and then once I do, then I will reveal all my Growing Dread cards and fight an epic threat. And for my troubles, I will get 50 XP and D3 plus 1 Darkstone. So this is going to be a simple mission just to get back in the flow of things. All right, so we got the start of the mission set up here. Got our entrance tile with our 2 heroes. We use that term hero loosely here in the case of the enforcer. So initiative values are 4 and 2. So the monk's going to go first at 4. Going to roll for his movement. He got a 1, so he actually gets a grit since he is not at his max. So he's got 2 grit now. And then he can move his 1 space, and he is going to, I think I do all the movement first. Guess I need to do his action now. So he's going to search, no 6s, so his action is done. I did forget to roll to hold back the darkness, and we're going to say that our enforcer's holding the lantern. So, hold back the darkness. Got a 7, so I'm good. We're going to roll for the enforcer's movement. It's cocked. 2. So he's going to move 1, 2. He's going to scavenge. He gets to roll an extra die because he's an outlaw. So, this tile is now scavenged. And we're going to get a random scavenge card. Chilling Dread. Draw a Growing Dread card and add it to the stack. All right, and I get 10 XP. All right, so next turn, Monk is going to go first again. It's got a movement of 2 this time. I cannot search because I've already scavenged. So now we're going to go with Ninkyo. He gets a 5. So he's going to look through the door, and let's see what we get there. Okay, so we've got the audience chamber, and it has an advanced encounter, harsh judgment. I'm going to skip on the advanced encounters today, just because I'm going slow enough as it is, and we're going to see what we get. All right, we found our tile. Going to adjust the camera a little bit to get that up there. And we're going to draw an exploration token and put it on there. We don't actually... So we've drawn our exploration token, and... Oh, I did not roll for Hold Back the Darkness this turn. And not only did I fail, but I also got doubles, which means I have to do a depth event. So let's take a look and see what that is. All right, so ambush attack. Draw a threat to immediately ambush the heroes. So I should have done that at the beginning of the turn. Kind of hard to roll that one back. So I think he moved 2. He could move 5, but I think he was like right here. So we're going to move that back. And then we're going to draw a threat for an ambush. Since I've got 2 heroes, we're going to... Threat. 1 Oni and 2 Tengu. Since this is an ambush, it works a little bit different than normal. These guys are going to actually deploy the highest initiative first, adjacent to heroes, and then in a checkerboard pattern, just like the other deployment of enemies. And then they try to spread themselves out whenever there's 2 equal candidates. So we're going to do, I didn't say first, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he, the monk, well, he can't, so I guess it's just going to be him. So the Oni is going to be on the Enforcer, and the Tengu, one is going to be on the Enforcer and one is going to be on the Monk. All right, so here are our 2 enemy groups. We've got 2 Tengu and 1 Oni. Looks like the Tengu moved 10, so there's no way I'm getting away from them. They got a 3+ melee. They roll 3 dice. They do 2 damage. Got a defense of 3 and a health 5. They also do double damage if they get a 6 on their attack. And they have parry. So the Oni also have terror. Heroes starting their activation on the same map tile automatically takes 1 horror hit. So at the beginning of my turn, I'll have to take a horror hit each turn. Bash. Hero takes 1 or more wounds from an Oni in combat during the turn, is knocked back 3 spaces away. And takes an extra d6 wounds, ignoring armor or defense if they hit a wall. Okay. So for this first turn, the Tengu are going to go first at initiative 9. And I'm going to do 1 on each. So we'll do the 1 on the Enforcer first. All 3 hit. So the Enforcer gets to roll his defense on all of those. His melee defense is a 3+. So he defended against all of them. Now we are going to roll for the 1 on the Monk. One of them is a crit, so they do double damage. Guess it's not technically a crit, and one of them is a regular hit. Let's roll to see if the double damage one gets through. Monk does not save there, so he's going to take double damage from that one. And on the other one, he still does not save. So he's going to wind up taking 6 damage. Yikes. So he's taken half of his life already. May have to use his bell earlier than I wanted to. So now it is the Oni's turn. The Oni has a combat of 2. He's going to be up against the Enforcer. And he's got a 4+ melee. So the Enforcer, who should have gained a grit at the beginning of the last 2 turns, which would put him at 3 grit. So Enforcer's got a 3+ defense. Let's see what happens. He defends, so he's good. So now it is going to be my turn. First up is going to be the Monk at initiative 4. The Monk has a combat of 2, naturally. And he is going to wield his staff two-handed, of course. And he's going to attack the Tengu here on the Enforcer. And the Monk missed on both, but he is going to use a grit to re-roll that. Gets to re-roll both. So you got 1 hit, which is a crit. So this ignores their defense. So needs a 5 to kill them. 4, he's going to use 2 ki to make that a 5 to kill that Tengu. I'll get the experience for it afterwards. At the end of his turn, nope, it's at the end of the turn, not his turn, so never mind. All right, so the Enforcer is going to go ahead and attack the Oni. And so I'm going to use one of his grit because I'm going to get another one at the beginning of next turn. So hit with both. One of them's a crit. We'll say the white die is the crit and the red die is the regular. So the white die does 3. The other one does not get through armor. So we're going to throw 3 wounds onto the Oni. So that is going to be an extra 15 XP because you get 5 XP per wound on the Oni there. So end of the turn, the Monk can heal 1 wound from every other adjacent hero. Unfortunately, the other adjacent hero hasn't taken any. And the Enforcer can heal 1 sanity from himself or an adjacent hero. But that has not happened yet, so we're going to start the next turn. So, start of the turn. Remember to hold back the darkness. Good job. Held back the darkness. And the Enforcer gets a grit back because of his upgrade. And the enemies do not go at their ambush initiative. They go at regular initiative. The Tengu still is going to go first because of that. As Tengu is on the Monk, he's going to take 3 attacks. He gets 3 hits. The Monk is going to defend 3 times. He's got a 4+. And he gets 1 of them. I'm going to use a grit to re-roll the other 2. So he takes 1 shot from the Tengu. And that is going to be good for 2 more damage. So he's taken 8 damage of his 12 now. So it is now the Monk's turn. And he is going to use his Lotus Flowers once per adventure ability to heal fully. Did not really want to use it that soon, but seems apropos at the moment. So the Monk is going to take his attack on the Tengu. He hits with 5, misses with the 3. And he does 3 damage, but with the Tengu's defense, he does no damage. Could use some ki. He gets a ki back at the beginning of the turn, too. I think I will use 2 ki so that I can lay 1 damage on the Tengu at least. So then now it is the Enforcer's turn. The Enforcer is going to attack the Oni. Gets 2 hits, one's a crit. So the crit will be the white die. So he does 5 damage flat out for the crit. The regular does not get through the armor, but the Oni is now over half dead. That's good. I did need to make sanity checks for tear on both of my guys. Forgot to do that at the beginning of the turn. So for the monk, he has a 3+, so he's good. And for the Enforcer, he's got a 5+, so he's good. All right, now it is the Oni's turn. He is going to attack the Enforcer with his 2 attacks. He's a 4+, so he hits once. His attacks do 5 damage, so I really need to get this. And I got a 4, and I am a 3+, so I'm good. So did not take any damage. Deftly dodged under the club of the brutal Oni. So back to end of turn. I can heal a damage from an adjacent, but he's not hurt, so I can't. I could heal a sanity from adjacent, but they made their sanity check, so no healing there. Beginning of the turn, hold back the darkness. 4, we failed. So darkness track goes down 1. The Tengu goes first. Tengu has 3 attacks. Going to attack the monk. Oh. So those 2 are going to do double damage. I should have been rolling for movement because I could have been getting grit back. So forgot that. And you got 2 crits and 1 regular. So we're going to roll for the defense on the traveling monk. The 2 white ones are going to be for the crits. Okay, so I did dodge 1 of the crits, and I failed on the other 2. Not good. Okay, so I take 4 and 2 more, 6 damage. Yikes. Okay, so 6 damage onto the monk. And now it is the monk's turn to clap back. He is going to attack the Tengu. Actually, he's going to roll for movement first. He got a 1, so he gets a grit. That's good. And 2 attacks on the Tengu. Got a crit and a regular. So we're going to say the red die is the crit and the blue is the regular. So 5 damage would be enough to kill him anyways. So that's a dead Tengu. Okay, now the Enforcer's turn. The Enforcer is going to get his 2 attacks. Going to roll. Actually, he's at full grit, so I'm not going to worry about rolling. Going to roll for his attacks though. Going to use a grit. Hit on both of them. So his attacks, I'm going to use another grit to reroll that damage. Ugh, horrible. So no damage done. The Oni gets to go. The Oni's got a combat of 2. Actually, let me roll for my terror checks at the beginning of the turn. Terror on the monk. Failed. So I take 2 sanity. That's all right. Then I get to use my comb. All right. The Oni is going to attack the Enforcer. That one's kind of cocked. So we get 1 hit. And the Enforcer is going to see if he can dodge it. He does. Back around, end of turn. I can heal either myself or an adjacent for a sanity. I'm going to heal the monk because he's adjacent to me. I could heal a wound, but the Enforcer hasn't taken any. So hold back the darkness. 5, we failed. So we need to resolve a darkness card. All mutant and soldier enemies are +1 health, +1 damage on all their attacks. Remains in play. You know what? I have been forgetting. My monk actually gets +1 damage to all these guys because they are myths. So speaking of that, monk's going to go 4. He can move. He's going to move up. He is going to attack with his 2 attack. He's going to use his grit to re-roll both of those. Hits on both. One of them is a crit. We'll say the red one's the crit. Getting +1 damage on each of them. So that's 6 damage. This one's 7 minus the 3 armor, so 4. So it did 10 damage, which is enough to kill the Oni. So the Oni's worth 85 XP. The Enforcer inflicted 8 of that, which was 40, so it's a 40-45 split. So 40 and 45. And then the monk killed both of the Tengu. Those were worth 35 each. Okay. Oni's gone. Okay, end of the turn. End of the combat. I'm going to get to draw some loot, and I'm also going to get to heal. Take a breather, I believe is what it's called. So D3 for the monk. Gets 3. I am going to take it off of wounds, obviously. And D3 for the Enforcer is obviously going to be the sanity, because that's all he's lost. Okay. So let's draw some loot. Get 1 loot card because we had 1 threat card. Got 50 for the monk. And D6 times 25 for the Enforcer. So he gets 100, and the monk got 50. Okay. All right, so you may notice I took off the map card because I actually messed that up. I went ahead and kept the exploration token. I didn't look at it, but it is the same one that I drew before, and I just kept the map tile the same for simplicity. So next turn, we are going to hold back the darkness, and we did. We're good. Movement for the monk, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Movement for the Enforcer, it's cocked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the Enforcer gets a grit back because he does every turn. Okay, end of that turn. I can't search this because the exploration tile hasn't been revealed. Let's take a look, see what we got. Oh, another ambush attack. Beautiful. So, we got one Kasugi Ninja Master and 2 Clan Ninjas. So let me go grab it. So I've placed a couple of the ninjas already. I've got one more left to place. I'm going to randomize it. We're going to say 1, 2, or 3 is the Enforcer, 4, 5, 6 is the Monk. It is the Monk. So both the Clan Ninja and the Kasugi Ninja Master are initiative 6. So I need to draw a Shadow Clan card, and then he's going to get a ranged attack, but he's already engaged, so he'll do his melee. His combat hits ignore armor, and he gains plus X combat, where X is the difference between his initiative and his targets. So he gets plus 4 combat, so he's rolling 5 dice against the Enforcer. We're going to have to fix that situation. And he's got 16 health. My goodness. That's pretty rough. The Clan Ninja has the same deal. I'm going to have to draw a clan card for him. And then we've got his combat hits ignore armor. And he's got a dodge of 5+. Okay. All right, we drew the Dragon's Claws for the clan. So they always have ambush, which they were already ambushing, so that's not a big deal. And they get +1 combat while they're touching a wall or barrier, and their combat hits are +1 damage. Okay, so the enemy is going to go first. I'll go with the Ninja Master first. He's +4 combat against the Enforcer because of his initiative. And then on top of that, he is +1 because he's touching a wall. So he's going to roll 6 dice. Okay. He's got a 3+, so he missed with those 3. He hit with these 3. So we are going to give a grit to the Enforcer because the start of his turn. Roll for the Enforcer's defense. Gonna use a grit to reroll that one. Okay, he dodges all 3, luckily. So that takes his grit. So then we get the regular ninjas, who are 1 combat each, but they're D6 damage, and they also get +1 damage if they are by a wall. Neither of them are touching a wall or barrier, so they're not getting +1. So 2, we'll do 1 on the Monk, 1 on the Enforcer. So 1 on the Monk, hits, and 1, the Monk will get his defense. Failed. So he's going to take D6 damage, 4 damage. Oh, they actually do get an extra attack. It's the +1 damage that is only if they're touching a wall. So another hit. Monk failed again. So he's taking 8 damage right there, which puts him at 1 damage left. Not great. Not great. Okay, the other one on Enforcer, both of them hit. the Enforcer's defense. Going to use a grit to re-roll the 1. Failed. So he takes 1 hit for 4 damage. Okay. Now we're going to go with the monk. He is going to activate his Sacred Bell. Give me +3 cover till the end of the turn. And he is going to attack that ninja. He hits with 1. Does 7 damage, -3 for their defense, so 4 damage to that ninja, who has 6. He's going to use, he should have been getting ki back. He's going to gain 1 in the beginning, use 1 to do an extra damage, so that one's taken 5 now. Got to remember to use that ki. Okay, so also I should roll for his movement. No free grit. I've already gained my grit for the turn with the Enforcer. The Enforcer is going to go ahead and attack the Master. And he's going to use his grit to re-roll the 1. So you got 2 6s actually. So 2 grits. And they're +1 damage because of his Outlaw Club. Well, that stinks. So that's 2 and 4, 6 damage to the Ninja Master. He's got 10 left. Okay, so then we are going to, in the turn, adjacent hero can be healed for 1 by the monk because of his staff. And roll back around to the beginning of the turn, hold back the darkness. We succeed. And the Ninja Master is going to go first. He's still going to get 6 attacks on the Enforcer. Luckily, he rolled lousy again. He got 4 hits. The Enforcer rolls his defense. And the Enforcer is awesome at defense, apparently. Then the Ninja on the monk, 1 hit, and I should have used the bandages, forgot about that. Monk's defense, good. Okay, the Ninja on the Enforcer, 1 hit, defense, good. Okay, didn't really benefit from the bell, but it was there just in case. So now we are going to go back to the heroes. It's going to be the monk's go. The monk is going to do his regular attack on the ninja that's taken all the damage. And the monk fails. Let's roll for movement first, actually. He gets a grit. So do that in the right order. I'll use that grit to attack. So he gets 1 hit, 2 damage, which is nothing because of their defense. So now we're going to go with the Enforcer on the Master. He hits twice. 1 of them is a crit. White will be the crit. So 4 damage. to the Ninja Master. So we'll just trade that out for a big $5. And it's the end of the hero's turn. I guess I needed to gain a grit back at the beginning of the Enforcer's turn, roll for his movement. It was not a 1, so I didn't get another grit. And then end of turn, Monk heals. I forgot. I wanted to use the bandage. I said that earlier. Get 5 hit points back. Now we'll hold back the darkness. Good. Ninja Master's turn, getting 6 attacks on the Enforcer. Okay, he hit on all of them. I'm gonna wish I had that bell this turn, I have a feeling. Okay, so failed on 2. Question is, do I want to take 2d6 damage, or do I want to use my grit? I think I want to use my grit. I'm going to go ahead and use that to re-roll those 2 dice. Hopefully I get some 3s. I did. No damage. So we're going to go ahead and do the ninja on the Enforcer. Miss, miss. The ninja on the monk. 1 hit. The monk's defense. Good. Back to the monk's turn. The monk is going to attack the highly damaged one. He gets a crit. It only has 1 hit point left, so that is a dead ninja. The Enforcer is going to attack the leader again. He gets a crit. Does 4 damage because of his Outlaw Club, which leaves him on 2 life. All right. End of turn. Monk is going to heal the Enforcer. And he didn't gain his key back. He's going to use that to actually heal an extra. Next turn, hold back the darkness. Good. I guess I should move this up. Ninja Master with his mighty 6 attacks that haven't actually done anything yet. Gets 4 hits. The Enforcer's defense. That one's cocked, so reroll it. 4 defends, so we're good. Still nothing on the Enforcer. And then that other ninja on the Enforcer, locked on, hits twice. Yep. The Enforcer's defense, good. So now the monk gets a key back at the beginning of his turn. Need to remember that. He is going to attack that ninja in front of him. He hits once. Oh, roll for grit. Nope. So damage. 4 damage. I could make it 5. I think I'm going to use both key that he had remaining to do 5 damage, which becomes 2 damage to that ninja. Okay. Then we're going to go with the Enforcer. We'll roll, get his grit back at the beginning, and then we'll roll for movement. Gets another grit back. And attacking the Master. 2 crits. That'll do. So that'll be 6 damage. He's only got 2 left. So for XP, that's going to be quite a bit. So we'll get that figured up after the combat. End of turn, healing. Nope, nothing to heal. Next turn, hold back the darkness. Good. And then we're going to go to the ninja's turn. Ninja is going to attack the enforcer because he's locked on. Hits once. The enforcer does not defend, but he's going to use a grit to re-roll that. And he's good. The monk is going to attack the ninja. He hits on one of them. He also got a key back at the beginning of his turn. And I should have rolled. See if he got a grit. He did not. So 8 damage is actually 5 bleed through, so that's enough to kill him. So now it is time to calculate some XP. All right, so we got 85 XP for the enforcer there for his killing of the Ninja Master. And then we got 80 for the monk for killing the 2 other ninjas. I forgot to place the doors. Like I said, it's been a couple years since I played. So there are 2 doors here. So I guess they're both open. So we got the XP given out. We're going to roll for taking a breather. The monk will get 1 hit point back. The monk's hit points are kind of scaring me a little bit, to be honest with you. We're going to we're going to draw a couple loot. And so monk gets 100 gold. Oh, and before I forget, the club gave the enforcer an extra 10 gold because he clubbed somebody to death with his outlaw club. And we're gonna go ahead and, oh, draw a gear card. Don't mind if I do. I've got my Forbidden Fortress gear separated out. Same with the Forbidden Fortress threats. Let me know in the comments if you guys do it different. Do you guys just throw everything together and have one huge stack of possibilities? Or do you try to keep it somewhat thematic? I know that's kind of been my thing. I like to keep it somewhat thematic. Alright, I got a fire emblem. You can use 3 Darkstone to attach to any item once per turn. May reroll one of my damage rolls. I do believe that might get turned into 350 gold when I get back to town. If I get back to town, of course. Alright. So, beginning of the turn, we need to roll to hold back the darkness. We need to give a key here and a grit here. Need to remember to do that. Hold back the darkness. Good. And movement for the monk, 5. He's going to go right here. And we're going to draw a map. It is the bell tower. Again, I'm not doing the advanced encounters right now. I'm going to draw a random exploration token, and it is there. And roll movement for the enforcer. Movement for the enforcer. He can move up to 5. I think I'm just going to have him stand right here. And then I'm going to have him scavenge. Oh, and he got 2. So, let's see if he got something good. Hideous Discovery. Take 3 horror hits. Lose 2 sanity for each horror hit failed. All right, that's the first one. He saved 1, so he took 4 sanity damage. Glad I got the comb that gives me 2 extra sanity. But I did get 10 XP for that. Also, should have got 20 more XP for healing for the monk. All right. Give me something good this time. Nothing here. All right. Well, on these scavenge decks, it is 1/3 nothing, 1/3 bad, and 1/3 good. So you're always kind of playing with fate there, but it is nice to get the XP even in the case of something bad. End of turn. The monk could heal him, but there's nothing to heal. The enforcer could heal his sanity, which he's going to, off of himself. And then we're going to flip this exploration card. Encounter ×2 and 2 doors, but there's only 1 door available.
We happy? Vincent!
Encounter 1. Breathtaking view. The windows of this room look out across the sacred mountains and the mist-filled valleys far below. It is a breathtaking view that reminds you what you are fighting for in the first place. Spirit 4+. If successful, you may recover a grit. If failed, the beauty of the majestic mountains is lost on you as your thoughts dwell on the dangers ahead. So, the spirit of the enforcer is 2. So he's successful. So he gets a grit. Puts him at his max. That's cool. And the monk should have no problem. He's got a spirit of 4. Yeah, it's cocked, but he's still going to make it. So I'm not going to bother re-rolling because he's already made it. So that was the first encounter. Let's see about the second one. Tainted Blood. Tainted by their greed for the Black Rock, the Takobake clan have become horribly mutated, both physically and mentally. This area is littered with the bodies of the dead monks and Takobake soldiers, intertwined in a mass of stretched flesh and tentacle limbs. Everybody's going to make a cunning 5+. If successful, you find D3 Darkstone among the bodies. For every die that rolled a 1 or 2, you also take 1 corruption hit from the mutating effects of the Darkstone. So cunning is not really the monk's thing, and it's not really even the enforcer's thing, but we'll see what happens. 5+. Nothing, and he would end up taking a corruption hit. So let's re-roll it with that grit. Hey, awesome. So he gets a D3 Darkstone. We'll do that in a second. Let's do the monk. The monk is going to use his grit that he just gained from that beautiful view. And hey, he gets D3 Darkstone. Awesome. So Darkstone for the enforcer gets 2. Darkstone for the monk gets 1. Okay, so we're going to get, pardon my reach, 2 and 1. Beautiful. Beginning of the turn, he gets a grit back. He gets a key back. That's one of those. And this is going to move to there. We need to hold back the darkness. We failed. Okay. Monk movement. 4. 1. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Enforcer movement. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the enforcer is going to search. Nothing. The monk. Okay, it's next turn. Gain grit, he's good. Gain key. Oh, he gets to heal 2 more sanity. Pull back the darkness. Failed. Gets a darkness card that comes into play immediately. They're everywhere at the start of the next fight. Add an extra low threat to the fight as an ambush attack. Ugh, so I'm going to be fighting 2 threats. All right. Not looking forward to the next fight now. So, the monk's turn. Move 3. 1, 2, 3. And he is not going to search. The enforcer moves 2. 1, 2. He is going to search. And the reason I do that, with the extra die, I'm hoping to get multiple successes with the enforcer. And next turn, gain a grit, he's good. Gain a key, he's not quite full yet. Heal sanity, hold back the darkness. Failed again. Not good. Monk, movement 3. So he's going to look through the door there. And it's a passage. So the passage since it's just a passage, there's no encounter card. Looks like I'm going to have to move around the map somewhat for you guys here in a second. And we're going to roll for the enforcer. Movement of 2. 1, 2. And scavenge. He gets 1. Let's see if we can get something good. Give me something good. Give me something good. We're going to go here. Nothing here. 10 XP. It's always 10 XP. Sorry about that, guys. That was me failing my darkness check. Personally. And now I am going to rearrange the board bit. All right, sorry if that's a little disorienting. I had to make a little more room. And next turn, hold back the darkness. And we got doubles, so we're gonna have a depth event. So, stubborn resolve. So it says, this place is horrible and unforgiving, but you're not about to give up without a fight. Each hero may immediately heal D6 wounds and sanity or recover 1 grit. Yep, that's all that's going to matter for me right now. So I'm already at full grit on the enforcer, but I think I'm going to do the healing option at any rate on the monk, even though he's not at full, because he's taking some damage. And he doesn't have a great way to heal himself. So he is going to get back his last key. Then I am going to roll his movements. 5. 2, 3. And we have reached the castle wall. All right, I got the tile out. I threw down a unknown exploration card. Roll for the enforcer's movement. Got a 6. He is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to stay right there. He's going to search this passage. Nothing. Okay, end of the turn. Reveal the exploration. It is an encounter with 1 door. Roll to see where the end cap is. So, since I said that, instead of roll to see what the door is, I'm going to stick to that. You know what? Actually, I'm not, because I'm going to have one less time I'm going to have to flip this board. So, I'm going to cheat here. Sorry, guys. That's the wrong end cap, too. There we go. Okay. So we got an encounter. The shadow overhead. The sky grows dark as a massive shadow swirls by overhead, blocking out the moonlight. The silence is more terrifying than the loudest roar as you stop motionless, hoping that it doesn't know you are here. Agility and luck, 6+. If successful, gain 40 XP and you may recover a grit for each 6. If failed, draw growing dread and add it to the stack. If more than half failed, attack. 1 elemental dragon. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Yeah, I need to roll this. I don't want to fight the dragon. Okay, so it is agility plus luck. So that's 4 for the enforcer. Got it. Got 1. Good. Good. The monk has a +1 agility from his personal item. So it's 3 and 2. So he gets 5. But he has no grit to re-roll. Come on, 6. Give me a 6. No 6. But not more than half failed, so I don't have to fight the dragon, at least. But I do add a growing dread to the stack. Such a brilliant mechanic there, because you really do get that extra sense of apprehension as that stack begins to build up on you. So that's 40 more XP for the enforcer. And he would have recovered a grit, but that's already at its max. So we are going to roll to hold back the darkness. 8, we're good. Monk has full key. Enforcer has full grit. Monk, move of 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. Draw a map. Another passage. Okay. On the positive side, these passages don't have encounters, but that's also making this drag out further, both geographically and chronologically. So we're going to go ahead and go with the enforcer. He gets a grit, but he's already got 1, so he can use it immediately to get extra movement. So you're going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's on both tiles right now, so he's going to search this one. And he got 1. All right, I don't think I've had a good scavenge card yet. So let's see what we got. Give me a good scavenge card for a change. Nothing. All right, 10 XP. I guess that could be considered good. Okay. Turn. Hold back the darks. Good. Monk. Move 4. So we're going to be able to go right here. Going to draw map. And we got the Sacred Garden. All right, we are going to have to rearrange again to make some room. Okay, that was the monk's turn. We're going to go with the enforcer. You got to move a 3. 1, 2, 3. Just going to search this passage. Nothing. And we're going to explore here. Oh, I did get a clue. That's good. One of my 3 that I...
We happy? Vincent!
And I get 2 encounters. Encounter number 1, a ransacked room. This room is in total disarray, filled with scattered paper, overturned tables, and broken boxes. Someone was searching for something recently, and by the looks of it, they didn't find what they were looking for. That is, assuming they ever left. So I need a cunning 5+. If successful, I can draw D3 scavenge cards. If more than half fail, meaning all of them, then I get an ambush attack from ninjas. So let's check that one first. So, cunning on the enforcer. He succeeds, so I don't have to worry about the ninjas at least. Cunning on the traveling monk. Here it is. 1 die. Nothing. Okay. So, the enforcer gets D3 scavenge cards. 3. I'm just going to take 3 off top. Hideous discovery, and nothing here. Ugh. He might go insane here. So for the first hideous discovery, the enforcer makes 1 of them. So he's taking 4. Second one takes 1 of them. So he takes 2 more. So he's taking 6 sanity right there. But he gains 30 XP. Okay. And he gets back his sanity. So as long as we don't run into something that does sanity damage, I'm probably okay. And the 30 XP is appreciated. Let's see what the next one is. Shaking Foundation. The entire castle shakes as a terrifying dragon swoops by overhead, knocking chunks of the rooftop off with its sweeping tail. You frantically search for cover as splintered wood and debris rain down from above. Strength and cunning 6+. And if successful, gain 30 XP and draw a loot card found in the rubble. If failed, take D8 wounds, ignoring defense. Ugh. So let's see what happens. Strength plus cunning. Let's start with the enforcer. So he's going to get 6 dice. So he made it. So he's going to get a loot card. The monk is going to get 4. Come on, 6 plus. Hey, he made it 2. He's going to get a loot card. Awesome. So that's another 30 XP for each of them. And we're going to get a loot card for each of them. So the Enforcer, 250. Cool. All right. And the Monk, 50. That's all right. He's got a vow of poverty or something to that effect, apparently. All right. So that is that. There is one door, and I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to cap off that top one so that we can keep kind of rolling in the same direction. All right. Hold Back the Darkness. Failed. So we're going to get another Growing Dread card. I've moved those over here now. And the Monk, 2. 1, 2. I'm going to go ahead and search with him. He fails. The Enforcer, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to search. He got 2 scavenge cards. All right, so scavenge deck. You have not been kind to me so far. First one, another hideous discovery. Second one, a useful discovery. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so before I do the hideous discovery, I should have healed 1 sanity. I guess that's at the end of the turn. Never mind. I should have at the end of last turn. So 3 horror hits on the Enforcer. He makes 2 of them. Do I want to use a grit? Yeah, I do. I'm going to use a grit. Okay, still failed. 2 more sanity. So it puts him at 7 now. That's all right. And draw a gear card. We're just going to cut it. And I got a bomb. All right, so I got my bomb token for the Enforcer. He's going to go ahead and drink his whiskey and get rid of 5 sanity. Guess I should have my side bag tokens out. That would make this easier, but I don't. I gain 1 sanity back at the end of the turn. Beginning of the turn, roll for Holding Back the Darkness. Good. Monk gets a grit and can move 1 whole space. The Monk is going to search. Nothing. Oh, I didn't add my 20 XP for those 2 that I got off the encounter either. The Enforcer. He rolls a 1, but he gets a grit and he's already maxed, so he rolls another 1. All right. Can't remember if you keep getting grit for that. I don't think you do. So you can move 2. Search. He gets scavenge. This is a real scavenge. I think I just laid those on top. I better shuffle those. I don't think I would be lucky enough to get 2 useful discoveries in a row. try to keep it honest where we can. Hideous Discovery, that's more like it. Yep. All right. Found another body or something. And so failed all three. He's going to use a grit. I really don't want to take 6 sanity, but I'm going to. All right. So that puts him back to 7. Good thing I drank my sake. Okay, that's 10 XP. Next turn, hold back the darkness. And that's been scavenged now. And that is a depth event. Creeping Darkness. Move the darkness 2 steps forward on the depth track. Ugh. That's not good. 1, 2. That's another Growing Dread card. That's 4 Growing Dread cards now. I think I'm going to use all my grit getting rid of those stupid Growing Dread cards. Beginning of the turn, gain grit. Roll for the monk. 4, he's going to be able to open this door. Hopefully it's not a passage. Hey, it's the Inner Garden. Let's look and see what we got there. All right, I already moved forward on the depth track for that new room. Not sure if I was supposed to do that yet or not. I think I might do that when I reveal what that is, actually. But if I mess that up, let me know in the comments. I'm sure that you guys will have to burn up your keyboards for how many mistakes I'm making, but the most important thing with this game is you're having a good time. So this is the absolute epitome of a game that you play for having a good time and creating a good story. So we're going to go with the Enforcer. 6. I'm just going to move here so that I'm on both tiles. And I'm going to search. I can't search because I've already searched the previous tile and the new tile's not revealed yet. So, end of turn. Gain that back. And we're going to roll. No, we're going to explore first. And we get to add this to it, which is an extra low threat ambush. So the original attack is an Oni and D3+1 tentacles. So we'll roll, see how many tentacles that is. So that's 1, 2 tentacles and an Oni. So we're going to put them here. Grab my tentacles. I will say this. Never is it more appropriate to grab your tentacles than it is when you're playing Shadow of Brimstone. All right, and the secondary one is a peril die of Chochinobake lanterns. 3 of them. I'm going to grab those and grab my cards, and we're going to roll. Okay, I'm placing the ambush guys first. I'm not sure if that's right. I think that's right. Got an extra 1, so it's not going to be even. So I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3 is Enforcer, 4, 5, 6 is the Monk. The Enforcer gets the extra 1, so I'm going to go there. And then we start placing the others by initiative. The Acidic Tentacles are 3, and the Oni is 3. I believe it is player's choice after that. So I'm going to go there. And so I have to go in that pattern. There. Okay. Again, if I've messed that up, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to do better in the future. Okay, so the Chochinobake lanterns are going at 10 this turn. They've got Lashing Tongues, targets every adjacent hero. Luckily, they're already locked in. When this enemy is killed, roll on a d6, 1 or 2. It bounces once like a bomb and then explodes. Ooh, interesting. Okay, well, we'll do Chochinobake's first. We're going to do the ones on the Enforcer. Enforcer is going to take 2 from the first one on him. Hit. See if he is able to defend them. He's good. The second one on him. Hit. See if he defends that. Fails on one of them. I'm going to use a grit to re-roll that. He hasn't been damaged yet. Good. Chochinobake on the monk. 1 hit. The monk's defense. Good. So then the tentacles were not ambushing and the Oni was not. So we're going to go to initiative 4, which is the monk. The monk is going to attack the acidic tentacles. And he does not get the plus to damage. Those are not myth. So, does 4 damage. I'm sorry, not 4 damage, 4 hits. So he hits twice on the tentacle. And the tentacles have the start of their activation. If not adjacent to a hero, that will make the following free range attack. Okay, so they're ranged too. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and hit it. 7 damage, which would be 5 after the armor, the defense. So, dead. That's good. Let's roll to see if he got to move. So, just seeing if he would have got a grit. So now we go to initiative 3, which is going to be the Oni and the tentacles. Tentacles got a ranged acid shot. Gonna randomize this. 1, 2, 3 is the Enforcer. 4, 5, 6 is the Monk. So the Monk gets shot at. It's a 6. It hits. Monk gets to roll defense. And he's good, thankfully. I really didn't want to take a bleed token. So then the Oni, I believe, unless I am incorrect, I think the Oni can actually, because it's a large, it can actually move through models and displace them. That's how I'm going to play it anyways. But I think that's what I remember reading from before when I played this a couple of years ago. So, the Oni moves in. He is going to roll 1, 2, 3 is going to be the... Oh, you know what? Actually, I've got 2 on the Enforcer already, so it needs to be 2 on the Monk. So it is going to be on the Monk. So 2 strikes against the Monk. 4. He does hit once. Monk's defense. This is important. Hey, good job, Monkey. All right. So, Monk... I'm sorry, the Monk's already gone. Now it's the Enforcer's turn. The Enforcer is going to attack the Chochinobake closer to the Oni. Oh, we're going to use a grit on that. Okay, well, we hit once at least, and it's a crit. So, and it's +1 damage, so 7 damage. That's definitely going to hit the Chochinobake where it hurts, but that makes it more likely to explode. Roll to see if it explodes. It does. So it's going to bounce once. Let me check and see which way they go. It bounces into the Oni, which would stay right where it's at. So it's going to explode. And that is going to do D6 wounds, ignoring defense, every model. 4 wounds. So it's going to hit both of my guys and the Oni. Ouch. So I guess he's taking 6 now. He's at half-life. So 4 here. And then 4 to the Oni, ignoring defense. The Oni has 15 health too, so I just have to remember I don't get XP for those 4. Okay, so that is, oh yeah, take him off. That's dead Shinobake is what that is. Next turn. Pull back the darkness. Another depth event, great. 4. Splintered Collapse. Each hero in the fortress immediately takes 3 hits that do 2 wounds each. Okay. Enforcer makes all his saves. And Monk makes his saves. Good deal. Good deal. Okay, that's fine. Gain a grit back at the beginning of the turn for the Enforcer. The Lanterns still go first, even though they're not ambushing, because they still have a high ability of initiative here. So Shinobake on the Monk. 1 hit. Monk's defense saves. The Shinobake on the Enforcer. Hit. The Enforcer's defense. Made 1, missed 1. He is going to use a grit to re-roll the one he missed. Made it. Okay. That gaining a grit every turn is really powerful. Okay. So that's initiative 8, now to initiative 4. The Monk is actually going to use his 1 grit to gain 2 extra combat against the Oni. So I'm hoping for some hits. Okay, I got 3 hits, that's good. And 1 of them is a crit. So we're going to say the red die is the crit. They're all at +1. So that's 5, ignoring armor. 7 goes to 4, so that's 9. 4, so that's 10. Did 10 damage, so he's taken 14, he's got 1 hit point left. So, yeah, that's pretty good. So the Monk just waylaid him. So Oni's on 1. So now we go back to initiative 3. Let's roll the Monk, see if he moved. He didn't get no grip for that. All right. The Acidic Tentacles have a move of 4. They also have a ranged attack. So they're in range, so they will not move. So range 8. So we'll roll random to see who they hit. The Enforcer's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it is the Enforcer. 1 shot. Hits. The Enforcer's defense failed. He's going to use a grit to reroll. I don't want to take a wound token. Made it. Okay. All right. Now it is the the Oni's turn. Oni is, I believe he was locked in on the Monk, so he's going to attack the Monk. 1 hit. Monk's defense. Good. The Enforcer is going to attack the Oni. He's out of his grit for a change. And he is going to hit the Oni for 5, so 2, which kills the Oni. All right, so he gets the kill, but he only got 1 wound. So, got to keep track of that for experience purposes. End of turn, he gets back a sanity. Beginning of the turn, he gets a grit. Roll initiative, or I'm sorry, roll death track. Hold back the darkness, good. And it is now the Chochinobake turn on the monk. Hit, hit. Monk's defense. Fail, fail. Ooh. 4 damage. That puts him at 10. Ugh. He is almost knocked out. Luckily, I have 1 revive token, so the Chochinobake on the Enforcer. 1 hit. And failed. Alright, he takes 2 damage. Back to the monk. Monk rolls for movements. He is going to try to get to that acid tentacle. See if I can escape the Chochinobake. I do. So 1, 2. Actually, I guess it's 1, 2, 3. He is going to smack the tentacle. It's a crit. Tentacles have 5 health. 2 damage. But I can spend all 6 to add 3 to it and kill. I'm going to spend all 6 of my ki to kill this guy. All right. Roll back around to the Enforcer. Yeah. The Enforcer is going to attack the one to his left. Hit once. 2 damage, does 3 damage. And so that's 1. So the one on the left's taking 1 damage. I'm not even going to bother marking it. End of his turn, he heals 1 sanity. So he's at 4 taken now. Hold back the darkness. 7, we're good. We're still right there. Gain a ki. Gain a grit. Chochinobake. 2 on the Enforcer. Hit, hit. The Enforcer's defense. Takes 2 more wounds. Taking 8 now. May have to use the shoulder tattoo soon. Second Chochinobake. Hit, hit. The Enforcer. Takes 2 more wounds. That puts him at 10. Yeah, he's going to use his shoulder tattoo to get his hit points back this turn. Okay. Monk's turn. Monk move. 2. 1, 2. And then he's going to attack that Chochinobake. Hit once. 6 minus 2. So 4. That's enough to kill him. Roll to see. Guess I rolled the wrong die to see direction earlier. 5. So it goes, it's actually going to stay where it's at. That's not great. So it does 5 damage to both of them. Oh, that sucks. Okay. So, I've got 1 revive token, so I'm going to revive the Enforcer. The monk's going to take a wound on this, since he was the genius. I guess I need to keep that out there. Okay. So the monk is down. I'll use a revive token on the Enforcer. And Enforcer is going to attack the remaining Chichinobake. 4 hits. Dead. See if... Oh, actually, I needed to roll to see if that Chichinobake actually exploded. It did. So the new Chichinobake, will it explode? It does. Let's see where it bounces to. 6. Straight towards the wall, so it stays where it's at. See how much damage it does. Don't roll high. Hey, there we go. 2 damage. Okay. So, we need to do experience and then heals and injuries and all that good stuff. All right, let's roll on the injury chart for the monk. 7, a concussion. -1 initiative and roll 1 less die on all skill tests. At the start of the next adventure, this injury is automatically removed. Okay, well that's not too bad. Just a little concussed. He's not playing football after all. Let's roll my initiative, or my healing on the monk. 8, so he's going to be down to taking 2, which we can deal with that. The Enforcer gets 3 back, only had 2 down, so good. And because I had 2 threat cards, we're each going to get to draw 2 loot cards. So for the Enforcer, Darkstone Rock, and a gear card. Okay, roll for the Darkstone. Got 3 more Darkstone. All right. And we'll cut for a gear card. Ooh, Tekokage Claws. Combat hits are +1 damage. And they're gloves, but they don't take... Huh. They don't take any hands, so they just add to my damage. We don't mind if I do. Okay, we're gonna go with the monk here. 25 in gold, and I guess I need to leave that out. And a Darkstone. Okay, so we're going to take a little break, and we will come back to finish up this session.